Here we are at Belleplain Forest. This is our campsite. Looks pretty good. Got a nice fire pit. Thinking about setting up under this tree. Got the kayaks and we got a whole trailer. I don't know if we brought enough. This will last maybe one fire. And some kindling and propane. One of moving the picnic table and setting up the pop-up is complete. Got our firewood right next to the fire, and Dad's about to move the car over here. Ready?
You still have your flag on.
Yeah.
You know, and I posted a picture of that on Facebook the last time we camped. The picture, I think we were in Maine. Everybody commented on you having the flag on your tent. They thought it was the coolest thing.
Here's a tent update. We got both of ours set up. Dad's pumping up his air mattress. And I popped up my tent. Here's how I usually set up the bedding. I bring a couch pillow from home because it's smaller and fits in the bag. Put a pillowcase over it, and my sleeping bag, and an extra old fuzzy throw blanket. Pretty excited to see how this works out. But Dad let me use one of his camping mats. And one of my tips for camping would be to put all of your stuff into the tent bag and zip it up, so when you go to pack things up to go home, you don't have to look around for it. I got a cool hatchet. How's it going, Dad?
Good. Almost blown up. Keep going, keep pumping. Push in the middle of the night, all the air leaks out, so your room's like sliding on the ground.
He's got a really cool tent. The setup was actually really easy. You just put these two poles, go together, and then it goes up. It's perfect for 2 people and maybe a dog.
When we arrived at the campsite, it had rained quite a bit the day before, and it was just a bit misty right when we were doing this. So the issue was the bottom of the fire pit was soaking wet from the rain. It would be difficult to start a fire. So the solution is to take a piece of cardboard, put it on the wet ashes underneath, and then stack the wood up on both sides. Keep the wood separated from the wetness in the bottom. Use the driest wood down near the bottom, elevated by the 2 pieces on the side. Put pine needles and newspapers up underneath in the middle. Problem I'm having here starting the pine needles is they were so wet still. We tried to get dry ones off the road, which seemed to be the driest part, and even they were wet. I know I'm using a fire stick here, and I'm not a purist when it comes to making a fire by striking a stone, but it was late in the day. So once the pine needles start to go, it's caught by then. The sap or pitch and the needles will burn.
And the idea is to have air going to the fire and get the coals hot enough. So
once the coals get burning and red, it'll dry out the wet ashes underneath, and it'll let the fire burn at a pretty good rate. We needed a good fire to burn off the residue on the grill up on top. We're going to cook steak and the next night chicken on the top. So it had to be sanitized, it had to be pretty clean. Well, believe me, it was. It was glowing red hot by the time we were done with this. As Ann's getting ready to inhale smoke now and almost fall over, you'll see the camera shake. She's got to move out of the way. It's gone now. Nothing's gonna stop it. That was really dry. It had been drying in my backyard for 2 years before I brought it down here. It's got a little smoky because it's got to burn off some of the wetness. But there she goes. Except for that one little piece I got to kick in. There we go. All better now.
Our update, it is burning. We're trying to burn off all the gross stuff from the rack so that we can grill some steaks on there.
There we go. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Woohoo!
Sizzle, sizzle.
Beautiful morning at the campground. We're the only ones all around. There's us down there. It's cold drinking water on tap. It's a beautiful morning. Sun is shining. We were so lucky last night we didn't get any rain. We're the only ones in the whole campground. We have a cute little play place over there. Some swings I'm gonna check out later. I'm headed over to the restrooms and shower. They even have a laundry room. I'll show you guys, give you an update. Check it out. We are at the end of the road. Some empty campsites over here. It's a really cool rest area. The roof is beautiful. I think it looks like a house in Norway. Some information over here. I think this campground is great, and this is one of the reasons why. Laundry room. You can actually wash your clothes when you get soaked on the kayaks or in the rain. And check out the bathrooms. And make sure there's no one in there. These bathrooms are actually really nice and clean. There's paper towels, soap, hot and cold water. Actually got some really decent showers and clean bathrooms.
This is our hand washing station. We've used this setup for years and it works the best. It's nothing but a plastic jug. A rope wrapped around the tree. You don't have to damage the tree at all. In the back of the jug you put an S hook and there's zip ties hooked onto that. There's a carabiner that holds the little soap. You just walk up to it, turn the knob on, water comes out, grab your soap, wash your hands, rinse off your hands. There's your towel. That's all you need, all in one little place.